soul in my office about that. That'd be fucking crazy. Maybe Brandon. But anyways, actually no, Brandon's not zoomer enough for that. So anyways, yeah. So as you guys are waking up in the morning, another bright and ready day to handle this fucking hell zone. Yeah, it's like waking up and you wake up like in the hospital. And it's like, right, I'm in pain and suffering.
Oh my god.
Right.
This sucks. Delvin's just like, this is normal.
Delvin is very accustomed to this, unsurprisingly, being a Twinsian native. But yeah, as you guys are getting ready in the morning, you know, double checking the route and stuff like that, or more of a Nessie telling you guys what the route's going to be. So that way, if you guys ever get lost or split off, you guys have an idea what to look for, landmarks and so on and so forth. Very, very helpful. As you guys are going through it, you guys are just sort of vibing, just sort of chilling. As you know, some certain people take a little bit longer to get ready, either because they have more equipment, they have heavier armor, that sort of stuff. No duels today. the duels have been barred. They have been banned for today because today should be around the time you guys get into Boys Village. So, thusly, no fucking fighting each other because we need you to be active. All right, no more duels. Which is like, you know, it is what it is. The directive comes from Miles, and he's quite used to being the spoil sport, if you want to call it that.
He's lame.
If he says, yes, I say if. Fred, I do say if.
We'll be fine.
So as you guys are just sort of vibing, you know, people are just chilling and stuff like that to the point where like it's so candid or casual that, you know, Amber begins whistling a tune, and you know, Amber has whistled in the past, usually when she's immensely bored, and I guess now is no
Different
exception to that.
Yeah. Bored out of the gourd.
I love that scene from Peaky Blinders. It's like, no fucking fighting, no fucking fights, and no fucking fighting. Funniest shit ever. Like, he lays down the law. Yeah, Miles, I'll Toddy be like, no fucking fighting. No fighting, points at Oscar, no fighting, points at Morgan, no fighting. Like, just everyone down the line, no fucking fighting. Anyways, yeah, so Amber's whistling too, and you guys sort of spot that, you know, generally and stuff like that. And Morgan, haven't rolled at 13.
No.
About that. You look at her for a moment, and you sort of see her attire has shifted a bit, but when you blink, it's different. Like, it's back to normal. And you're just like, what the fuck was that?
Hey, based off of seeing Logain's death, she doesn't know his name is Logan, but you know what I was saying. Does it look similar to any of the armors that she saw in that flashback?
Oh, yeah.
Ah, cool.
Yeah, roll me on perception.
Nifty.
Use intelligence in place of wisdom, though. Because this is like a combination of history and spotting something in a memory. So it's like perception, but you have to think about it. So it's intelligence.
Right. Okay. I'm just gonna roll history in that case, because it would... Oh, wait, no. Am I proficient in perception? I am. Okay, so let's just... 20 plus... That's plus... 4 from guidance. I don't have anything I can add to this. Don't suck? I sucked?
It looked similar, but you can't exactly place... I should say the style is similar. It doesn't look similar.
Right. Like, can she at least tell it's kind of from that stuff? She just doesn't know which one it is. Okay.
Yeah.
I think she just kind of, like, looks at Amber and, like, kind of massages her eyes and then looks at Amber again. It's like, shakes her head. Like, what?
What?
You just...
Well, am I banned from whistling or something?
No, you can whistle. You just... You look different. For a second.
Different how?
We went around during that. She still has the ring.
She does still have the ring.
So she points at that ring. Remember how I mentioned that came from elsewhere, let's say.
Yeah.
I meditated on it once. She kind of shifts as she remembers getting effectively stabbed in the chest, but not really. Visceral memory of where it came from, and you looked like you were from there, for lack of a better term. What What tune are you whistling, anyways?
I don't know, just something I heard growing up.
Squint.
Just
Can
squints
I
back. What?
squint? Nothing.
I know that might be a difficult concept to grasp having a childhood, but you don't gotta look at me like that.
Ooh. Damn, you're damn.
This doesn't
Uh,
matter.
Can I insight to see if it actually is a tune from when she was a kid, or is she realizing like I have no idea what the song is?
Sure, on it.
Scooty bap, scooty boop. Holy hell!
It's a
Nice.
song from her childhood.
It is a song from childhood. Okay.
Quick carve absorb elements. Absorb
No,
elements.
no. I think
Burn
harsh. I think harsh realities is just true damage, so she can't do shit on that.
Can't afford all that fire damage.
I think it'd be just a vicious mocker at that point. Anyways, yeah, she does. Yeah, it's from her past childhood, upbringing, whatever you want to call it.
Hmm. Why would you look? Why would you good? Everything good?
Yeah. Are
Okay.
you good?
I don't know. I
What
don't
I
know.
look like?
Could she just try to sprawl it out with painter's supplies real quick?
Do it at disadvantage because
Sure.
you did.
I rolled pretty
Yeah,
shit
that-
on the thing.
Yeah.
Don't suck. 18?
Yeah. This is not. It's a degrees of success sort of thing, not like a pass
Okay.
fail.
No, that's a long rest. Nah, I'm gonna hold on to that. Continue.
Yeah, you end up painting out like a dark clad figure, unsurprisingly. Sealed suit, that sort of stuff. Flowy garb. I wonder if a bard.
Dickhead. I was thinking the same thing. If only we had a bard.
Oh, that's crazy! Ha 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 ha.
In
Anyways,
any case, let's
Yeah.
recognize it.
Um,
Go ahead.
again, figured sprawled in dark attire. Flowy in certain regard. They did have a helmet as well as like gold trimming about their kit, stuff like that.
Yeah, I think gold trimming is probably the
Gilded.
only like real detail that makes it different from any of the other ones.
All right, let's see here. Let me just roll the thing for Amber.
Maybe.
Amber. I think this is just a straight history check.
Oh god, you did
Nice.
so bad.
Yeah, it's pretty. I'll give advantage here because you did just paint it out. So.
Hmm.
All right, so
God,
anyways.
it's almost as bad.
That's still trash. That's crazy.
Would it be too late to give her? It's too late to give her something. Never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You both like. She looks at it.
I
I mean, it's. I like the outfit. So it reminds me of mine. So I guess I could see the similarities.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough.
Did you interact with one of these people or something, or am I just going mildly more insane than normal? Whoa.
Hmm. It looks familiar. 15 is a bare success. Wait. Give me your brush.
She'll hand it over, and
She
try
begins,
not
like-
to cringe if she's really bad at painting.
She's not terrible at it. She just doesn't know technique, but she's not going for technique right now.
Fair.
She begins painting behind the figure and around the figure. Some yellows, then some
Background.
oranges, then some reds.
Mhm.
I know who this is. Fuck him.
Looks at the painting. It looks like he's on fire, right?
Oh yeah, it sort of looks something like this.
Huh? Oh, would you look at that fella? Look at that son of a bitch.
Who's that?
That's crazy. I don't know.
Someone
You
from
don't
the
recognize
don't
him?
worry about it. It's like, oh well, Why
hey.
fuck him? Huh?
It's an asshole. He's calling me out the whole time.
Right.
It's a burning dead man call you out. It's a bit ironic. She gives you the brush back.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yeah, that's what what he looks like.
What was he calling you out about? Or is that not my place?
I think we should get moving. She walks away.
I'll agree with that one. She'll just keep the Burning Man painting. Just in her bag of holding.
The Burning Man. Puff puff. Would Silas have tried to recognize the tune? Because this is
Yeah.
not a quiet conversation. Roll me your background information.
Sure. And my sheet's just loading.
See if this should
Okay.
work.
Background info.
Oh, no.
16 is not terrible.
Give me a second.
No rush.
16. It's not one you know. It's not one you know. You might have heard the tune, but not to the point where you actually like stopped and it was like, man, that was a fantastic fucking banger. Let me learn it. Right? Like, there's so many like lullabies and hums and hymns and so on in the world. You don't stop to listen to all of them. But you recognize it. It's not something Amber just came up with to fuck with you guys.
I presumed not. I was just curious if Silas knew it.
You do
More
not.
than anything. Fair
Yeah.
enough.
Might be a
Silas doesn't-
capital one. A capital light one.
Probably why.
Do
So-
I rec-
Roll it up, capital boy. Roll it up with advantage.
Oh, okay.
It is a capital one, yeah.
Gotcha.
No, go in the right spot.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Wonderwall.
The song is referred to just colloquially as a virtue vice. It's a kid song. Oh, okay. It's a kid song in the way London Bridge is falling down or Lizzie Borden took an axe. Right? It's like a sing song sort of thing that implies a lot more than what the song like says.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's one of those things. Yeah. It's just talking about exactly what the name implies: virtue vice. Being a good person, being a bad person. It's almost propagandist in a certain regard. Hey, as an old boys, in terms of like, do you want to be a good person or a bad person? Do you give up to this world of hate, or do you try to hold on? So, it's an interesting song.
Especially with who's singing it.
Huh?
In the
What?
context of
I don't know
why
what you're
she's singing
talking about.
I think you're looking too far into
Oh yeah,
it.
what am I doing reading into the narrative? What the hell?
Yeah, this is.
I'm
Okay,
American.
that's not allowed. This would be the tune of it, by the way.
Have I heard this before? Oh, yes, I have.
Crazy.
How did you
So-
find it? Okay.
Huh? What? I don't know what you're talking about. Anyways, so you guys get trekking. You get trekking. Hey, hey Silas. Hey Silas, do you need a roll
Yeah.
for this? I got a little something to tell you.
Wha-
You
okay.
know those three things you got. The taboo items you got. They begin to hum with energy.
Oh yeah, those.
Yeah, those ones. You know the ones. Those ones. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
right now.
It gets stronger the closer you get to Boar's Village.
Oh boy.
And these items are they kept secret from us? I forget.
They probably. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Wait, do I know what items then? Can you type it to me?
They are some sort of gem-like structure.
The soul gems.
Yeah.
Wasn't it brought up during the, as much as I hate to admit it, wasn't it brought up during the Enlightener thing? Because they could have been used as batteries for something.
Right.
It
Yeah.
was,
So,
yeah.
right.
To be fair, Silas has pointedly never brought that up since. So
Yeah, so Alexander don't know.
Alexander wouldn't know it.
The
Yeah.
number of the
Fair
indices.
enough. Fair enough.
Gotcha.
Yeah. There you go.
Good to
They
know.
start to sorry, what is it?
With power.
Hum with power.
It starts like light, and then it increases in intensity as you guys get closer and closer to Boar's Village. Nothing weird
The
about
point
that. Right?
where it's noticeable to the party.
Oh,
You have to make perception checks?
I'd say perception checks. Yeah, I would say it's gonna be a hard DC though, because like that's. I'll give advantage to Alexander because the holster does something sort of equivocal in terms of being like that sort of stuff.
Roll 20? Roll 20. There you go.
I'd like to like this is gonna be weird. I'd like to like magically insight why they might be humming with energy here.
Roll your Arcana or Nature.
Definitely Arcana.
No, for your nature.
No, I don't.
Hard mode.
I don't
Of
wanna.
your
Challenge.
so Alessander
No.
catches it. Morgan, you do not. Silas, from your studies in necromancy, these things are reacting in this way because how to say it's like making like the battery acid more volatile while it's still inside the battery, right? So something is yearning, empowering, or whatever. It's something is not affecting the gem itself, but the thing inside it.
Mm-hmm.
You should let the gem see if it makes your tongue tingle. Like make it better.
I'm not
Why would
like-
you suggest tongue tingling? That's a weird thing.
I'm not fucking licking the gem.
Consume the gem.
I've disrespected
Oh,
them
man.
enough by keeping them around. All right, I'm not licking them.
Yeah. So.
So this doesn't say anything.
Alessander, you hear it.
Yep. Um.
It's like a
Oh,
microwave noise coming
I
from
was gonna
their
say that
backpack.
he just rides up next to us, but he didn't bring any horses. None of us did. By would be. It's
Yeah.
a swamp. So he
You
just
ever see that scene from the like that sad kids movie where the horse gets pulled into the mud?
never ending
No.
story.
No.
Never ending story. Yeah, that's why
What?
you don't bring horses into a swamp. Now you know.
So sad.
Now you know. It's one of the most traumatic things in a child's movie aside from Bridget Terabitha where the girl dies, alright? And I think that
Or
one
the
is like
rabbit one.
marginally second, right? Don't watch it. It breaks my heart. So anyways, yeah, that's why you don't bring horses into a swamp. Anyways, moving on.
Artax, aggro. This is why you don't name horses cool A names. Anyway,
So Alessander.
yeah, so Alessander the human, not a horse, will
you sure?
sort of quicken his pace next to, well, not, I guess, not anymore. To sort of walk up next to Silas, and he says, "Everything okay?"
With me? Yeah.
He looks at your backpack directly.
I'm fine. Is everything all right with you? I feel like it doesn't take much to know. You know, Silas knows. You know. You
Yeah.
know. Silas knows.
You know, I know. I know. You know, I know. What's that sound? Don't play coy.
I don't know if you can hear me exhale, but I I literally took a breath and you went, "Don't play coy," which I think is exactly what happened. Silas goes to take a breath, and then you say that, and they go, "I've got some magically inclined items in my backpack that are reacting to the area.
What items?
Gems."
Seem kind of wait for you to say more.
Silas just sighs and assuming the rest of the group hasn't like stopped or anything,
Nope, you guys are still traveling.
Silas will slow their pace a little bit to kind of not distance a significant amount, but kind of step a little bit away from the traveling party.
Okay, I'm gonna put like a quick interlude question. It's to Garth. Back in last campaign, underwater section, I played Nausicaa music. Do you remember
Yes.
if I got copyright struck? I feel like it did. I think the video's still there though, because I remember
I think
watching
the
it. So
video's there. I couldn't tell you if it got hit. I also couldn't tell you if you thought, "Oh, hey, Nausicaa music, this is probably gonna get struck," and then you immediately took it off. I can't recall.
shit.
I am
Okay,
completely associated, I'm sorry.
I'm not
I would say
gonna.
no risk.
That's fine. It was a while ago. Yeah, I'm not gonna risk it.
Yeah. Anyway.
Anyways, keep going.
Yeah. Essentially, Silas pulls you aside and says, "Listen, it's a lot to explain. Right now, doing all of this, I can explain a lot more when we get back. But long story short, they're soul gems. Mostly everyone knows I have them."
Does Alexander know? Well, I guess he has intimate knowledge of soul gems.
Having almost been in
Now.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But he knows that those are typically used for necromancy.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, okay, gotcha. You see his expression sour, goes a bit grim. He says, "You carry soul gems on you,
I do.
and not everyone in River Company knows that."
Mostly everyone does. It came up once right before we traveled to the Twins, and it never came up after.
The main team knows,
Mm-hmm.
and they condone it.
They don't. They haven't taken them away. I don't use them.
Oh, so you just have them for safekeeping.
For the time being, if that's what you want to call it, then yes.
Are they inhabited?
Yes.
Uh, he presses his lips together, nods a few times, and then probably uh, catching you off guard, maybe, but all at once, as if like a switch being flipped. He kind of takes a half step forward and kind of jabs Silas in the chest with his finger. He
Wow.
says, "Well, then you ask yourself right quick if you would be fine in one of those gems, and if you would like to be held for safekeeping by someone who don't even know your name. Maybe that humming is a scream for help. Now get back on the road. Let's make some tracks."
They are all humming. That is quite true.
I think Silas is completely silent as they just start following people walking again.
Yeah,
Very much closer to the back now.
you can join Anushka and Miles.
I'll go ahead and roll a deception from Alessandro as he tries to play it cool and act like he's not furious as he gets back to the team. Oh, okay.
It's the elephant in the room, so to speak. As you guys approach, or as you approach, rather, as you regroup with everyone else, you do see that Kasai is examining her tribe staff, just sort of wondering about it. But aside from that, you guys continue your trek. All is well in the wild. So, you guys eventually begin seeing some ruins. And it is now drizzling, according to this music. And I made it so! It is a cloudy day and it starts drizzling. Don't worry about it. It's a terrible day for rain. So, it's not like you guys are definitely getting damp, and obviously if you stay out here long enough, you're gonna get soaked, but, you know, such as it is. But yeah, you guys have travel equipment, so I guess not too soaked. You guys begin cresting onto a plateau, a hilltop sort of area. It is distinct in that it is a part of I guess you call it a hill range. Can I call it that? I don't know. That sits above the swamps. But this place is so overgrown, you would think that the trees on it are just really big trees that have grown from the same sea level elevation as its immediate environment. Right? So, like, not to the degree of, you know, in Avatar Last Airbender, the swamp episode where there's a big ass tree that they go to at the end of the episode. Not to that caliber, but like a quarter of the way there, right? Like, it just assumes this place seems hidden, overgrown, retaken by the earth and forestry and swamps. I guess less so than swamps, but still a little bit. You see buildings sundered, gone. Not by, you know, some rampaging giant or anything like that. No, just by time and weather. They are buildings made of stone. Fortunately, a lot of their roofings, unfortunately, were not made of stone. So a lot of them are sunken and collapsed inward, or trees tumbled or overgrown on top of them, causing them all to sunder as roots dig into the stonework. There is what constitutes a cobble path that winds through as a main thoroughfare through the village itself. But even that is covered in mud and dirt, and the cobble's sunken down. So not in any way maintained, but enough. You could see the cobbles and signpost, if you want to call that. Like, sort of imagine like Elden Ring, those like walls, those like lantern walls that are like here and there, something like that. Enough to indicate that there was a path here once, but certainly not to the point where you would want to ride a carriage or even any horses atop of it. As you guys make your approach, I will say, and it's probably Kasai that brings mention to this, given that she's your guys' druid, ranger, knight person. There are no animals here. It's silent.
That doesn't bode well.
No life besides plant life.
Nessie stops and looks past all of you and Miles, and you guys could see, following his gaze, Miles just shake his head like in a sort of somber manner. Nessie opens his mouth, stops for a moment, then presses forward before he's about to say, "This village had a fae watching over it. Penelope, her name was." He looks at Blair. "I don't imagine she made it. All this verdancy is just life coming out of death." He continues forward.
How does Blair seem to
Yeah, I was thinking that.
Roll insight.
Can we also roll insight?
Ooh. You know what? I'm gonna use my inspiration.
Don't want to throw it.
Ooh, look at that
Ooh,
nat.
Nat 20.
Nice.
Insight. Don't
Big
touch.
30.
Ooh la la. Look at
That's
you
a big
guys.
number since I'm low numbers.
You guys are all breaching 20 at the very least, right? That's pretty good. So, Blair is not a deceptive sort. That is sort of a big point of her personality, is not lying. So you guys are able to see through whatever you want to term it, whatever facade or guise that she is naturally mustering to save her own face. She is slightly dissociating currently, but at the same time, you can tell that it's not fully effective. Any snap of a twig, any movement that isn't a already known source or quantified source, her attention snaps to. Almost like a state of paranoia, but it doesn't have the fear of like being ambushed or anything like that. Alessander, you probably would be quite familiar with what that sensation and looks like. No, this is... Imagine like a camera. Like a video camera. A film crew, if you want to go even further on it. They are going down a path, filming all they can, but anytime there's something of note, they try to capture it. That's what Blair's mindset is at currently. She's trying to take all this in, but if anything stands out, she tries to capture it, memorize it, see it, so and so forth. Is she doing good? Not at all. Is she doing bad? She's still able to walk, so that's pretty good.
Does she look like her pace is slowed at all?
She follows your guys' pace. And Kasai and Amber are near her. Amber is taking point, Kasai's right behind her, as she always is, right? I would say Silas, with that nat 20, I would totally give this to you. Blair's heart rate, her breathing is accelerated. Her pupils dilated. She is... How to say... There's a song I played, a campaign to go back. I might have played some snippet of it here. It's the Monody song from the Fat Rat. Fantastic music. The lyrics go along the lines of Summer in the Hills, Hazy Days I Do Remember, stuff like that. And I can hear you in the breeze, see your shadows in the